the UYG Show.
Yes.
What is it then that gets somebody to that state? Is it things they experience in life?
Because they want that person to feel that, they're not good enough, they cannot be like that.
No bills will be paid.
Correct.
And the stress will accumulate.
Correct.
What?
All of those things.
Help you take that pressure and turn it into
Diamonds.
So see you next time on the UYG Show. Hello. Welcome to the UYG Show Series number 3. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. It has been, a year or so since we launched the UYG Show, and we're on our 3rd series. Series 1 was amazing. Series 2 was fantastic, but Series 3 is going to be phenomenal. So if you are new to this channel, then welcome. Be sure to subscribe to UYG International right here on YouTube so that you could be part of the family. Hit the bell so that you could get alerted every time we have a brand new video. And believe you me, you don't want to miss out on any episode in this series because it's going to be fantastic. So we're talking about mental health and success. In this series, we're going to be covering various subjects, which I'm going to go into. But before that, let's finish with the house chores they call them? So if you haven't already subscribed, if you're here and you haven't connected with us on social media, please do so. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at UYG Social Enterprise. We want to connect with you, so do connect with us. Also, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, press the like button, comment, let us know your thoughts. We want to hear from you as well. And of course, share this video. Somebody out there could benefit on learning about mental health and success. So if you're watching me for the first time, then great to meet you. My name is Gladness Katega. I am the founder and executive director for Unleash Yourself with Gladness CIC, also known as UYG Social Enterprise. We are based in Maidstone in Kent, the UK. So we are streaming live from our offices, and we are based in Kent, in Maidstone, and we are so excited to discuss this topic today about mental health and success. Right, we are going to be covering various topics from leadership, right? So how does mental health affect your leadership? We're going to be looking at mental health in young people, mental health in women, mental health in adults. We're going to be looking at mental wellness on the second half of the series, diving into also the business mindset for success. It's going to be awesome. So you want to be here. You don't want to miss an episode. And you make sure you subscribe so that you can be able to get alerts and be notified every time we have a brand new show. So it's going to be exciting. We have so many guests, and today's episode on mental health, the introduction, as well as leadership, we will be having a guest with us today. So before I bring her on and before we go deep into the subject, I'm first just going to introduce the topic. Right, so let's really understand what mental health is, and then we can go into leadership. So again, I encourage you to share your thoughts because I want you to interact with us so that we can hear from you and we can get your opinion on this subject throughout the series. So what is mental health? Well, mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Mental health is a state of well-being in which a person realizes his or her own abilities. So mental health is determined by how an individual actually handles stress, interpersonal relationships, and decision making, right? So we need to come out of this stigma. There's a lot of stigma around mental health, or if somebody has mental health problems, we need to realize actually mental health is something that is seasonal. Right? Different days, one day your mental health can be great when you wake up and you're motivated, you're encouraged, you're ready to, conquer the day. Your mental health is brilliant, you're productive, and everything is just, you're just really working smoothly. But there are days where you may not be so motivated, right? You may not be in the mood, as they say. There's a thing where they say Mondays are not great. Well, it really just is a reaction to how you feel, right? When your mental health is not good, it just means that the stresses of life, right, are getting to you. You're unable to be productive. But when your mental health is great, it means that your productivity is excellent and you can work productively and you're able to contribute positively to society and the community. However, we don't need to be hard on ourselves. We need to not be hard on ourselves, because actually the factors that contribute to poor mental health or mental health problems can be, one, biological. So it is possible that it's related to your genes or a brain chemistry. Two, it could just be life experiences. And we see this a lot in case studies and the service users and the clients that we serve at UYG Social Enterprise. So in life, when you have gone through trauma or abuse, you may end up experiencing mental health problems. Last but not least, mental health, a factor that contributes to mental health problems, could actually be hereditary. So it could be a family history of mental health problems. But like I said, we don't need to be hard on ourselves, because when you have gone through bad or when you're having bad or poor mental health and you're struggling with day-to-day life, you're feeling low or you're tearful, it is normal to have this reaction when you have gone through a major life experience such as loss or shock or bereavement, unemployment, divorce, or just financial stresses of life. It is said to be normal for that to happen. So what we see with the clients we work with that have gone through these experiences, you start feeling like you're the only one. You start feeling like something is wrong with you. This is where anxiety comes in, depression and all of that, when all you actually have to do is realize that this is normal for you to feel this way when you have gone through these situations, but just get some help. I personally have been in that situation where I went through loss. If you know my story, you would know that I lost my daughter. My daughter passed on 3 years ago. May she continue to rest in peace. And it was really a detriment to my mental health. Now, I was sad, I still grieve today, and I do have episodes of feeling bad and crying and tearful, but guess what? I don't let it go too far. So where there's poor mental health is when you experience these emotions, they are continuous. You start thinking about self-harm. A lot of the clients we work with then start thinking about the worst constantly, and this is where depression and the rest kicks in. So if you feel that you're at that stage, this is where you need to get support. So at UYG Social Enterprise, we do give support for mental health. We have professional counselors and psychologists that can help you handle these day-to-day stresses. And the reason we have the UYG show is to help you turn that pressure into diamonds by knowing how, supporting with information, resources, and getting experts in to discuss some of these challenges that we face in life so that you can be able to overcome them. So please do get in touch with us if you're experiencing mental health problems, you need support. But of course, we also talked about the greater side to mental disorders. We will talk about this in a later episode. So I encourage you to very much tune in, subscribe, so that you can catch all the episodes in this series. And again, do remember that there's no stigma. There's nothing wrong with you getting support, because actually in the UK it is said 1 in 4 people experiences mental health problems, things like anxiety and depression. So please take it easy on yourself and understand that, help is available. You can go to your GP, but if you don't want to be placed in, that category or anything at early stages, then get support. Seek a community group. If you belong to a church, speak to somebody in church, speak to a leader, speak to your employer, speak to somebody that can get you support and if needed, refer you to the appropriate place. So before we dive any deeper and bring on our guests, we're going to take a quick commercial break. So we'll be back right after this.
UYG is a community interest company, a social enterprise that helps individuals to release themselves from stagnation to a condition of supreme well-being and good spirits, happiness and abundance. UYG's vision is to support individuals to overcome challenges in life and assist in their self-reflection journey. We strive to see people live in mental wellness, supreme well-being and good spirit. UYG provides services that benefits the community by supporting individuals, families, relations, and couples through their self-discovery journey. UYG's mission is to help individuals heal from hurt, loss, and trauma to receive wholeness. Our work is to transform lives through self-discovery and personal development training. At UYG Social Enterprise, our work is to increase awareness and share insight for solutions to life challenges that often affect individuals' well-being.
Welcome back to the UYG Show. We're off to an amazing start on our first episode in this series, and we're discussing mental health and success. Now, for the second half, we're going to look into how leadership, right? How does mental health affect leaders in the area of leadership? And we're going to have our guest speaker with us, and I'm going to read her profile first and foremost. Her name is Barke Kamuss. Barke is consulting with communities, organizations, charities, NGOs, and education sectors in United Kingdom, Europe, Canada, and the USA, as well as Africa. Barke transforms women, youth, and entrepreneurs in achieving leadership skills. Barke is a motivational speaker. She's a coach and mentor and an author. She has an impressive technique, mastering the mind and behavior, that transforms women, youth, and entrepreneurs into influential leaders by boosting their confidence. Barke has her own organization called Be Your Own Hero. The program offers groups and one-to-one coaching and mentoring. Barke has exceptional experience in childhood abuse, arranged marriage, emotional abuse, that is living with a narcissist, faith, financial hardship, single parenting, and she became her own hero through personal development and personal growth. Barke has delivered an award-winning presentation and best-selling biography book that helped women and youths become the pillars of the community. Barke is a humble person, and she leads by example through empowering, inspiring, and being an authentic self. Barke has a great purpose and approach, impact to people's lives, and reaches a global audience. Barke is an ambassador with Humans First Club and is featured as a co-author in the first edition book. Also hosted a variety of shows on social media, and she's been featured on television, podcasts, and radio shows. She aims to help women and youth and entrepreneurs who are suffering by sharing awareness and support. Barke collaborates with different leaders to support and build connection. She has regular interviews with other leaders at Soul Purpose Leader platform. She hosts weekly self-development and co-hosts Kamara Youth Saving Our Next Generation. It's a monthly event with other leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to welcome Barke Kamuss. Welcome, Barke, to the UYG Show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm honored to be here, and what you're doing is amazing. So thank you so much for being here as your guest.
Oh, we are so pleased to have you. We're so excited to have you, and we really can't wait to dive deep into the subject of mental health in leadership. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm born ready.
Right, fantastic. So we're going to dive straight in there and just ask, what is the biggest issue that leaders face in maintaining their mental well-being?
For me, because of the workshop that I do and the events that I do, a lot of time people show up because they don't have the balance in their lives. And I'm talking about their personal and their professional. They don't know when to switch off. They don't know how to switch off. And this is why people like myself, we have to be able to support and show up for them because they need us. And we need to make sure that we do the best we can for them.
Wow, that's amazing. So you said we need to help them. So how does one succeed then in leadership whilst maintaining good mental health or good mental well-being? How can a leader succeed in that area?
So we can do in two ways. One is that we go for coaching, and that can be one-to-one, or we go into mentorship. So mentoring is actually about, like, for example, myself, I've created a workbook, and within that workbook is all to do with about mental well-being, and also as a leader, how to be confident in yourself. A lot of people come to me and say to me, Barke, how do you sustain to be positive? How do you keep up with it? By actually having that mentoring, that actually going through your coaching process and keeping up with that. Is the same thing as, you keep fit because you don't want to go back to the way you were. You have to keep working on those muscles. So it's the same thing as working with your psychological, with your mental well-being, for you to keep up with it. When you go outside, okay, for walk, and when you come back, is it the same feeling as when you didn't go, or is it different? Because it boosts your immune system, it boosts your everything, your system for that day. It just makes you feel happy and giddy and motivated and wanting to do things. So if you say to yourself once a week, even to start with, once a week or once a month for people who are really busy, and say to yourself, I'm going to just give this day for my mental wealth or for my mental health. You know what I mean? And just work on that. Wouldn't that
Wow.
make a difference in your life?
It
Ask
would,
yourself.
but I wonder if you could give us some actual practical steps, one or two strategies that a leader could actually practice, or even an individual. What are some key things? You mentioned going for a walk. Is there any other tips that you could share, actual steps that a person could take as a leader?
Yes. Yes, so we could even do is train ourselves in learning of who we are by actually looking at our self-awareness. So we look at what triggers, in what environment we're in. So if you're at work, for example, how do we feel? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel stretched, like challenged, exciting, feeling of like, yes, I feel good. I love being here. But then, or do you feel the moment you're thinking about work, the moment you're going to work, it makes you panic, it makes you feel anxious, it makes you feel like scared to want to be there? Where are you? So that's one thing you can start with, is building your self-awareness. Also, when you are at home, when you are with your loved ones, when you are with your friends and family, wherever you are in the world, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? So when you start to know how you feel, then you can be able to help yourself. If it's a place of the environment is making you feel negative, is making you feel like heavy and making you feel frustrated and making you feel like questioning yourself, blaming yourself, Is that the environment you want to live by? You need to ask yourself. And
So
if it is not,
it's basically understanding yourself, becoming self-aware. As we've learned, mental health is about knowing your abilities. Now, when you're able to assess that, then you can do something about it. So don't just acknowledge it and stay there, but what you're saying is then actively be able to do something to change or transform that, that environment. Is that what you're saying?
exactly. But first is to know, is this environment not good for me? First thing is to have is that, when you go into the car and you ask yourself, where am I going? You know what I mean? You cannot just go into your car and just drive. You will get anywhere and then you'll be like, is this where I want to be? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to know what you want for you to be able to get what you want.
Wow, that's amazing. And obviously, as everybody needs to do this, but if you're leading people, you're leading an organization, it's even more important, because how you react and how your emotions it's going to affect, the people that you're leading. So there's a domino effect on how you feel and how it's going to affect others. So I can imagine it's even more important for us as leaders to be self-aware, so that we can then acknowledge how to treat others better and, control our moods and our emotions, and, maybe take a breather before going into that leadership role, so that we can have a positive impact.
That's the thing as well, Gladness, is that in leadership, there is a paradigm, or there is steps, there is a levels. And the first level is to do with yourself. Before you lead anyone, you have to be able to lead yourself. And before you do anything, you have to be able to balance yourself. There are leaders out there who I've come across, you could have said like, a clipboard supervisor or clipboard manager. They just go through what they want to do, for other people to make sure they're ticking the boxes, but they're not doing any leading. You know what I mean? So it's what type of leader you want to be, but also what type of leader you want people to see, or people to see you, or people to, you present to the people. What is that?
Wow, that's amazing. I feel like there's so much more to talk about, but I'm afraid we've run out of time. So could you please share how the audience can reach you, or if you have any other particular information or resources that you could offer our audience, please do so, Barke.
Well, you can reach me anywhere from on social media. My name is Barke Bio on Hero. You can reach me from there. And also I will share my link for, if you're interested to actually come to this mentoring or coaching, I will share the link where you can register. And that is just to get to know you and to know what you really want for yourself. But at the end of the day, for me, you can find me in any social media as Barke Kamuss or Barke Bio on Hero. I'm there.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, Barke. You have been incredible. Thank you for sharing your wisdom on the subject of leadership and mental health. We look forward to hopefully having you again, but for now we'll say goodbye, but hopefully you'll be back soon.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best as well.
Thank you, Barke. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Amazing. So that was Barke Kamuss. That has brought us to the end of our very first episode in this series. We're off to a great start, and be sure, like I said, to subscribe so you can join us again next week, where we'll be looking at mental health and young people. We have got so many more topics to discuss, and I'm so excited. I hope you can join us, and bye for now, but we'll see you again next week. To the UYG Show.
Yes. What is it then that gets somebody to that state? Is it things they experience in life?
Because they want that person to feel that, I can't, and they're not good enough, they cannot be like that.
No bills will be paid.
Correct.
And the stress will accumulate.
Correct. All of those things.
Help you take that pressure and turn it into diamonds. So see you next time on the UYG Show.
having